Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So I'm Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. Welcome to the new trading week. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you guys all had a great weekend. Also, welcome to all you new subscribers. I'm sure a lot of you guys have come from basically seeing my Wise videos or base videos or just the altcoin gem videos, just those crazy altcoins that we use to accumulate more BTC and ETH. So yeah, welcome to all you altcoin fiends. I am also a fellow altcoin fiend, and they are my favorite method of accumulating more Ethereum or BTC, whichever one of those two majors that you have a penchant for. But yeah, welcome guys. So this is our morning BTC update. So this is BTC technical analysis, Ethereum technical analysis, wider financial market technical analysis in the context of its effects on BTC. This is an altcoin update. We do look at the Bitcoin dominance, so that's obviously altcoin related. But yeah, so yeah, that all being said, guys, altcoin fiend videos are coming later. There is a new one I'm buying into today, so I'll do a video on that later. So that all being said, if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we will go straight over to those Bitcoin charts. So yeah, Bitcoin on the 4 hour, as you can see, we're still just holding within, well, we're holding within this wider range. We're holding in this this not so wide range towards the top of our wider range, and we are in fact holding in the uppermost part of our smaller range, our Russian doll ranges basically. So yeah, we're here at the top. Bitcoin is obviously going to make a decision. Is it going to break through here? If it doesn't, if we fail, if we don't, obviously the people that are buying in anticipation of this breakup are just going to have to just take their positions off, i.e. sell, and then we're going to get a pullback. Where that pullback will end, who knows? Could it be here? Could it be here? But that's what we'll be looking at if we don't break through these levels. So you can see we pull back a little bit today. What I will take you over is to what you guys know is one of the most important drivers of not only Bitcoin markets but all markets. And we've been talking about in the videos this weekend and on Friday that nothing comes down in a straight line. I always look for the back test, and the back test then gets sold into by big players, and that's when you get the big move. So we were literally talking about this exact move that we've got going on in here, and it is a case of, do we back test this trend line that is quite efficacious, touch, breakthrough, touch, breakdown. Are we going to come and back test this again and break down, or are we coming to try and back test this horizontal? We shall see, won't we? And if we come and back test it, do we in fact get rejected, come down, then start to make, obviously take out this low, and then hit basically the 90 initially, and then go for the 88? Will that happen? Or are we then going to try and take out this level, consolidate at this level, and try and get some progression to the upside, which clearly won't be good for BTC. I mean, BTC could still go up, but it would just be less likely to do that. So yeah, we are getting this pullback in not Bitcoin dominance, in the DXY. So that is going to have an effect on Bitcoin. But what I will say, if we get this pullback in the DXY, either to here or to here, and Bitcoin just stays even within this higher range, even above 18.5, that's still good. That is still good for Bitcoin, because what you then potentially would expect is it doesn't have to happen this way, but we could expect the back test to get rejected, and then we start to get a strong move down as the bigger traders come and start putting their positions on, as I've explained in lots of videos before, the reasons, the market dynamics behind breakout, back tests, and then, well, I don't normally call it that. I call it forward check, back check, paycheck. So yeah, as the big players come and get their paychecks, as it were. So yeah, that's what we're looking at here. Not a lot else to say really. I can't really say much. We're in a tightening formation. You can clearly see the pennant currently. Well, we're just in the pennant, under macro resistance, looking to try and make a move. If we don't make it to the upside, it will be to the downside. High vol always leads to low vol, always leads to high vol. It is how markets work. It's a matter of time. High vol doesn't continue, it goes to low vol. Low vol never continues, it goes to high vol. I mean volatility. I noticed that I do say vol a lot. Vol, obviously, you guys can confuse vol with volume and volatility. But volatility, to be honest, is more of an important factor for markets than volume. Volume is important, but I mean volume will but volatility is like the VIX is a volatility measure, and that's what people it is a big measure, a big index that people look at for major financial markets. There isn't like a big volume indicator where people are looking at the volume and then making big decisions and doing things. I mean, volatility is the most important factor for basically investing in most markets. When vol goes down, volatility goes down, and the price will usually go up. The reason for this is that when volatility is lower, you can risk more capital in that market, therefore money can come in, therefore that drives the price up. It's that simple, and the opposite is the case. When volatility goes up, you can't keep as much money invested in that market because it's going a bit wild, so you take some capital out and the market will tend to then go down. It's a very simple concept, guys. So when I say vol, I mean volatility. So high vol leads to low vol, leads to high vol, and volatility can come in either direction, either to the upside or to the downside. So just be aware of that. Right, let's have a look at Bitcoin dominance, see how that is doing. I mean, working its way up, grinding its way up here. It is still in a larger pennant, it's still in a sideways, it's still well within this range, even though it is sort of trying to tap the top end of the range. So Ethereum, Bitcoin, as you can see, is doing pretty much a similar thing. Obviously, Ethereum being the major component of the BTC.D. Ethereum US dollar as well, though, hanging up in its range as well. So everything is pretty much sideways consolidating. Digesting recent moves, awaiting direction. Stock market futures, I mean, these are still looking good. I mean, we've broken out, we're still hanging around above the level. I mean, I guess you would notice the TD9, 4-hour 9, relative top here, not far off the top here. Not too far off the top there. We love the TD9s, especially the 4-hour ones. So basically all I'm trying to say is stock futures looking good as well. DXY having a little bit of a pullback, but you have to err on the side of the fact that the retest, it will be a retest that gets sold, just because trend is your friend, retests are there to get sold. I mean, and it will take some actual a lot more effort to get us back through and break bullish, just for the simple fact is the trend is your friend. Let's have a look at the stochastics. Not more, we'll wrap this video up pretty quick now because there's not really much else to say or do because we're not really doing much. We are just waiting. All the stochastics giving us a helping hand on where direction may go. I mean, 4 hours moving up, looking like a little bit toppy, but again we're sideways, so this will just do this sort of price action. The main ones we're going to look at now are the 10 hour and 12 hour. 10 hours moving up, 12 hours still moving down. We want a bullish reset of these stochastics to then have a drive upwards and then drive us through that 20k. So 10 hour has got the ability to drive on upwards to give us some momentum, and 12 hour has still yet to turn back over. So when 12 hour does turn back out, it will be a matter of when, but it will be a matter of if it turns up here or does it continue down and turn up. But if it turns up here, starts to drive to the upside, that combined with the 10 hour combined with the daily also still pointing to the upside, that could be it. That could be the Stoke read that absolutely blasts us through this resistance area and sends us on our merry way to 23k. What happens at 23k? Probably sideways, probably at some point. You guys know, and we've been talking about in this video, we'll have to expect the back test at some point. The back test off basically around the 20k breakout, but do we trade here? Do we trade higher? Do we trade what happens in the meantime? Is obviously what we'll have to look at during the actual price action at the time. So that is it, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys later on today with some altcoin videos and then our Bitcoin evening wrap. So thanks for listening.